house guests, welcome to today's BB Can 6 updates and spoilers. Our house guests of the day are Hannah and Scott Stewart. Yay! What's up, guys? Thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate it. And if you guys want to be house guests today, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Alright, so when we left off yesterday, Kayla was having all of her pre-noms chats, and people were freaking out because she was saying, just so you know, other people have been throwing your name around, even if it was true or not, whatever. And she was also calling people out for keeping Ryan last week, planning on him going after Dayla. Did that make sense? They wanted to keep Ryan around so that he could go after Dayla for them. I think that's better. So yeah, that's been like the big thing these past 2 days. So Kayla was talking to Derek in the HOH room, and they're like, Johnny's gotta go. So she's like, yeah, Johnny has been asking Allie and Liv if they're working with us and Erica, so he knows about our 5. Oh my god, how would he ever figure that out? The real question is, how has everyone else not figured that out yet? It's super obvious, but sure. So they're saying he has to be backdoored because obviously he's really good at competitions. He could win the power veto very easily and save himself. Or Erica could win and save him because they're very close. So then Kayla's like, here's the plan. I'm going to put up Will and Maddie. I'm going to tell Will that he's the pawn because people won't vote him out. And she says, like, yeah, Will is the pawn. I'm assuming here that Maddie would go home if the veto was not used. So then she's like, all right, ideally, we use the veto, put up Johnny, and Johnny would go. So she's not totally sure which nominee she would use the veto on. She'd have to, like, ask around and see which one would be safer up against Johnny. So that's, like, down the line. We don't even know what's going to happen with the veto yet. We don't even know if she's going to stick with that plan in the first place. So then Kayla, Derek, and Johnny were in the HOH room. And Kayla's doing her, like, last-minute pre-nominations chats, telling people, like, what she's going to do. So there was more talk about last week's Ryan plot, blah, blah, blah. She heard that 5 people were involved because, like, 5 people voted for Ryan to stay. So she's talking about Maddie, Johnny, Will, Paris, and I guess the 5th one would be Olivia, but she's not really including her in that group because we know that Kayla and Olivia are very close at this point. So Johnny is like, yeah, everyone has been talking about getting you guys out, not just the 5 people that voted for Ryan to stay. But Kayla's like, I know. There are some people that I cannot make a move on until after, you know, until we get to the triple eviction because I need to make sure myself and Derek are protected going into that. So then she says again, you know, people have been throwing your name out there, and Johnny really wants to know who's throwing his name out. But Kayla's like, I can't say. She doesn't want to blow things up. Really, though? Is that the real reason? Or is it because you heard it from Ryan and you know nobody is going to put any weight behind that if they hear that it came from Ryan? Okay, so oh, I have something in my eye. Kayla says that the only way she can prove that she's not targeting Johnny is by not putting him up. And Johnny's like, that's great. Like, if you do that, I will totally return the favor. I'll see that as a sign of good faith. We can move forward together. So then Johnny's like, okay, so you're not going to put me up on the block initially. Are you going to backdoor me? Am I safe this week? And Kayla says, I'm not going to backdoor you. You're totally safe this week. She's lying. Oh my god. So Johnny gets very excited. He jumps onto the HOH bed, rolls around with Kayla's giraffe, and kisses it on the mouth. It was really funny. But anyway, yeah, he's really excited about that because he was really freaking out for, like, the whole day before that. So they talk more about the Ryan plot. Kayla reveals, like, yeah, I've heard from multiple people that Maddie was the ringleader of that whole thing, and you were, like, her sidekick. And Johnny in his head is probably like, I am no one's sidekick. Hell no. But no, he's like, that's not the case at all. That's not how it happened. He asks again, are you going to backdoor me? Kayla says, no, you don't have to worry about it. So then Johnny's feeling a little bit safer, and he starts asking, like, what if somebody wins the veto and saves one of the nominees, then what would you do? And I'm not sure at this point if Johnny is asking that because he feels like Maddie's going up on the block and he wants to save her, or if he just wants to see, like, what Kayla would do. So Kayla says, well, I'd probably put up Ryan. Would she? Okay. So then Maddie was the next one in, and oh my god. If you thought her chat with Erica was a lot before she went up on the block, just wait. So this was, oh my god, this was crazy. So, okay. Maddie's in the HOH room with Derek and Kayla. And Kayla says, 2 people came in here and they said that you were the ringleader of the rally to get me and Derek out last week. Maddie says, I swear to God I wasn't. It's not true. I don't want either of you guys to go, like, ever. So then Kayla's saying, that's great, but, like, I don't know that we can trust you because we've never really built up a game foundation. You just tell us that we're good with you. We never, like, get past that surface level of game talk. Derek says, yeah, you only talk game with me when you're worried. Which is true, right? Maddie is not good at game talk. So then Maddie's like, it's not superficial. Like, I want to work with you guys. Come on. So Kayla says, I really only have a small pool of people to choose from right now. I gotta wait until the triple to go after some other people, so I don't have a lot of options here. So Maddie's like, I'm sorry, I just think it's a mistake, and it's just, like, really short-sighted for you to go after me. So, of course, Maddie starts crying, and she is literally begging not to go up on the block. She said, give me until the veto. I'll talk to you guys over the next few days, and you'll see that I'm trustworthy and I want to work with you. Let me prove myself to you. So she keeps saying, give me until the veto, and I swear to God, like, I will show you guys. So then, wouldn't you want to go up on the block and, like, have a chance to win the veto for yourself? I don't know. But anyway, she says, let me know beforehand if I am definitely going up. So Kayla's like, yeah, of course, whatever. Maddie leaves. Kayla is laughing. Ugh. But, I mean, it was a lot. Maddie is a lot. You know, she can be very dramatic. So then Will is the next one in the HOH room, and Kayla lets him know, Maddie will be going up on the block this week. She is my target because she spearheaded the whole Ryan thing last week. And then Kayla says, I'm not going to put Ryan up on the block because people didn't want to get rid of him last week, so I'm not just going to go ahead and put him up and then, like, have people not vote him out again. She says, I want him out, but she feels like people are not going to follow through with it. So she says, I need someone to go up next to Maddie, and you and Paris are my only options. And it's going to be you because you have the best chance of staying, everybody really likes you, and Maddie will go home against you. So this whole time leading up to this, Will was, like, very casual. He's having a good time talking to them. And then once Kayla says, you're going up, the tone of the conversation immediately changes. Will starts getting heated. Oh my god. He just feels like a man baby. I don't know. But he's like, if I go up on the block, you're going against your word because that whole HOH competition deal that may or not have been real. And he says, I know secrets about everyone, and they're coming out if I hit that block, and I'm going to show everybody who the big bad wolf is. What? Who's the big bad wolf? And Kayla and Derek are like, whoa, dude, chill. Like, you're just the pawn this week. Relax. It's going to be okay. Everybody loves you. So Will says, yeah, but pawns always go home sometimes. That was such a shitty accent. Yeah, but he says it's not good to be a pawn, and he does not want to go up on the block. So Will suggests putting Paris up instead, who's supposed to be, like, his one ally. Yeah, okay. And Derek is like, no, because she would freak out too much. And Will says, I'm gonna freak out too. So then Kayla says, dude, it's gonna be okay. Will it make you feel any better if I use the veto on you? So she says, if I win the veto, I'm going to use it on you. And she hints that she might have a bigger renom in mind than Ryan. So just sit tight. Sit tight. So they do end up shaking hands at the end of this conversation, but Will is definitely pissed, and he is definitely maybe going to target Dayla if he wins HOH next week. Okay. I mean, unless something else crazy happens, but he's very upset with them. So then, at this point, it looks like it'll be Will and Maddie going up on the block, but then Paris gets some time with Dayla in the HOH room. And just to give you guys a little bit of context going into this, Paris feels really guilty right now for throwing Maddie under the bus earlier in the day. So she's like, I need to try and fix things. I feel really bad that I did this. So she's going to see what she can do with Dayla. So Paris is like, hey, so that, like, Ryan plot that everybody's talking about now, that wasn't Maddie's idea. She says Maddie got that from Johnny, and Johnny got that from Ryan. So she says that that plan was already in motion. Maddie just jumped on the train after it started, and Kayla's like, really? So Kayla would love to get everyone involved together in one room to sort this all out. And Paris is like, yeah, I'm down, but it probably wouldn't be good for your game in the future, so, like, maybe don't do that. Nice save, Paris. Okay, so then Kayla's like, you know what? Maybe Ryan is the mastermind of this whole thing. So she says now she's thinking she would like to put Ryan up on the block, even if it does blow up in her face. So she says, yeah, this might have been his master plan all along, and if he wins HOH next week, he's probably still going to go after Dayla, so she can't have that. Dang! So Paris just did that. Oh my god, she changed this, like, last minute. Crazy. So then Paris goes to Maddie and tells her, yo, I just saved your ass. Like, I just convinced them to put up Ryan instead of you. You're welcome. So she tells Maddie, you need to cry, you need to be sad, and blame everything on Ryan. And Maddie's like, no, like, it's true. This is Ryan's fault, blah, blah, blah. That's why they're doing this, because this is the truth. Paris just saved your ass, okay? All right, so then the feeds go down for the nomination ceremony, and yeah, Kayla put Will and Ryan up on the block. And honestly, it was a bit of a letdown for me because Kayla, her, like, pre-noms chats were so exciting. She was getting everybody freaked out, and it looked like she was going to make a big, exciting move, and then she just puts Ryan up on the block. Like, really? Ugh. Okay, so then, of course, when the feeds come back, Ryan is already in the HOH room with Kayla, and she has told him, I'm hearing now that this was your plan all along. That's not cool. And Ryan is like, no. He's still saying that Maddie was the one who told him to switch his target to Dayla, and I definitely remember that happening. I remember 100% that happened last week. For sure. So he's saying he would love to get everybody in a room together. We'll see what happens. So then Kayla lets Maddie know, finally, that Ryan was the one who called her the ringleader of that whole thing. So Maddie's like, what? So she calls out Ryan in the white bedroom, and again, this was a lot. She's like, how dare you, Ryan? How dare you? And of course, she immediately starts crying. She says, we stuck our necks out for you, and this is what you do to everyone? When did I become the ringleader? What are you doing? We tried so hard to keep you here. So Ryan is like, okay, hold up. You sat right in this room and told me to shift my target from Allie and Liv to Derek and Kayla. Again, that's true. So then Maddie says, well, Dayla was already on your target list. Why else would we suggest that? I wasn't, like, coming up with that. I was reinforcing it. Isn't Dayla on, like, everybody's target list? I mean, really. So Ryan is like, yeah, sure. Except, like, I was focusing on Allie and Liv at the time, and you told me that I had to shift in order for people to keep me. So Ryan is like, at this point, I feel like I've been worked by, like, 4 people right now. You guys set me up last week, and now, you know, you're pulling the old switcheroo on me. So Maddie's like, no, we wanted you to stay and just do whatever the F you wanted. No freaking way! They kept him because they wanted him to go after Dayla for them. Come on! Okay, so this conversation goes on forever, and Ryan keeps saying that he's going to be getting lots of, like, I'm sorry or I'm sorry texts when they're all watching the show back, and he says he can't wait for that. So anyway, today they had the Power Veto player pick, And of course, we've got Kayla, Will, and Ryan playing. And then the 3 extras are Derek, Erica, and Johnny. Not looking so good for Ryan. So anyway, I mean, you got the 2 compies in there, Erica and Johnny, and they both want to win this veto and keep the nominations the same. So yeah. Paris and Ryan had a long chat today in the White Room. She is saying that she was very upset when she heard that Ryan threw her name out there and, you know, attached her to that whole Dela plot thing last week. So she's like, I was not a part of that plan. I had nothing to do with it. I had no knowledge of it. What? That's some BS, because she definitely knew about it. And let's not forget, she is basically the reason why Ryan is on the block right now, right? So, like, she's trying to make him feel bad, but she had a big hand in this. So she's like, I was only told to keep you because you're one of us. You know, we wanted to stick with the White Room. So they're both crying. Ryan is like, I'm sorry that you got played too. I thought you were involved in it. I'm sorry, like, my bad. He says they both got played by Maddie. So Paris is like, you know, it would really make things better if you could go tell Dela that I was not involved in that plan. Okay, thanks, bye. Okay, like I said, that conversation went on forever, and like 75% of it was just Paris saying, I wasn't involved in the plan. Okay, so other than that, it was like a pretty chillish day so far. The house guests were playing their favorite Mafia game, and then, you know, they kind of like split off into their own groups after a while. So Maddie and Kayla had a game chat in the HOH room. I guess Maddie's making an effort with Dela until after the power veto ceremony, and then I'm sure she'll go back to her usual. So Kayla confirms that yes, Ryan is her target now. Side note, I'm not sure if she's still planning on backdooring Johnny. It really does seem like she just wants to get rid of Ryan. So I guess Paris kind of saved Johnny's ass too, right? I don't know what's going to happen if Ryan wins the veto, but it would be interesting. So anyway, they talk about what they want to do moving forward. So Kayla says again, she's not targeting Allie and Liv until that triple eviction. Would she even do it then though? Because if you think about it, Erica and Johnny are way bigger threats to Dela than Allie and Liv would be. So, I don't know. I don't think it would be the smartest move for them to go after Allie and Liv. I think in the triple eviction, you'd want to take out a big duo like Erica and Johnny, but who knows what they're going to do. So, Maddie says that, honestly, she feels the least comfortable with Allie and Liv out of everybody. So, she knows that Kayla wants to keep them around to the triple, but if she wins the HOH before that, she might have to go after them. We'll see. Okay, so they say that they feel good with each other now. Kayla apologizes for putting Maddie through all of that. I don't think she really feels bad. But then after they were done talking, Paris warns Maddie not to spend too much time in the HOH room. She says people are noticing it. They think it's fake. It's making you look super guilty. And you gotta be careful because our stories about last week might not line up completely, so don't undo all of my work, you know, don't freaking blow this. And then Paris starts saying, like, I saved your ass like 4 different times in this game, like, don't ruin this. So, yeah. But anyway, they're waiting around for the power veto competition now. It should be happening later today or tonight, and Ryan knows this is going to be an uphill battle for him. He's going up against some big players here, and if he stays up on the block, it's not looking good for him. So we'll see what happens. But let me know in the comments who you guys are rooting for. And until tomorrow, much love.